I didn't hear a click saying we're on.
I see live right up in the corner.
All right,
We are
good.
live.
I'm just quiet. Waiting for something to signal that we are on, in fact. All right, you are all, for those of you who are, watching a live playtest of Non-Pro Game Night. We don't really know what the hell we're doing here. Not at all. Immediately with the Google effects.
I'm sorry.
Immediately. I'm using that too.
I'm trying to find my lower third.
Oh, okay. It's in control room.
Okay.
We're going to play a horror game.
Oh, God, please. No, Mr. Cat.
Dog. That was a cat. There you go.
Oh, my God.
So we are playing a horror game. We're going to attempt to do a live stream hangout of a indie horror game that I heard of a little while ago. We've not really prepped this. We don't really know if this file is going to go anywhere, if we're going to immediately delete it. So bear with us as we learn how to play Hitobito No Hikari, which I'm going to throw to Al. How did I pronounce that? Was that good as far as you know?
I'm not the person to ask that question.
You literally have a bunch of anime hanging in the wall behind you. You're telling me you don't know
That's from,
a single Japanese word?
Oh, no. That's some roleplay thing somebody drew. That's something else someone drew. The other stuff, yeah, that's anime.
It's a lot more interesting in a few minutes. I swear to you. I swear that.
He lies.
I'm Frank. So I guess we should say our names in case our lower thirds aren't working. Al, you don't have your lower thirds on. That's Al. Hi, Al.
Hi.
Hi, Al.
Oh, well, I gotta get that thing up, don't I? I don't even know how the hell to do that.
Cappy and James are also there.
Hi. I'm sorry if I seem absent-minded. I only have one screen, and it's very tiny. So when we bring up like documents and stuff, I'm going to totally be reading and no idea where I'm looking.
Okay. Sounds good.
I would like to take this time to thank James for my second monitor. It is working fantastically.
He didn't take it from me. I'm traveling, so I don't have two monitors.
All right, fellas. All right. I'm sure it'll all work out fine. All right. So, yeah, again, we are going to try. This is a new experiment with us. The person who wanted us to try this out wrote in several letters and months of arguing. We did left completely. So hopefully we'll get Mike back for a future episode of this thing if we ever do it. So, again, we're all doing this for the first time. I literally read it through once, the game we're going to play today. I'm going to try to share my screen while I do this with you, the audience. I guess I'll do share entire screen application window. Do I want to do that instead? Yeah, I'll do that. All right. Let's begin and read along with us. I really want to credit the person who posted this. We really could have put a little bit more effort into this. Benjamín Aníbal Reyna. So, yes, this will be our first playtest of his game, Hitobito No Hikari. If this works out, we might have to play the game one more time officially and actually get permission to do so at the beginning. So let's begin, shall we? Share? Nope. Yeah. Okay. All right. So right now you should be either watching my screen with the rules up. I suppose if we keep this, we'll put a link in the description. And our players should be reading along with you. The first page of this game, it's a 2-page game. It's a Japanese horror game in the style of Fatal Frame and the Clock Tower series. So, poser alert, fake geek alert. I do not know what either of those are. I know they're video games, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Clock Tower, but I like Fatal Frame.
Okay.
I know both those titles, and they're both pretty good game series. So
yeah, I knew enough of them that I knew that the video game geeks I know who also tabletop RPG would love it. So, and it's it's Geektoberfest, so let's do something Halloween themed. It's a two-page RPG in which we play schoolgirls. I think there is a GM in this. I am the GM. And you play schoolgirls who are, I assume that was a wolf whistle for me GMing, who are trying to find their lost friend. This game seems to make more sense to me if you read the second page first, and that's really the focus on you guys, so let's do that. You can see the second page says player sheet. And let's go from the beginning, all right?
Okay. Sure.
All right. So the girls, depending on the settings, time, we have to kind of decide some things about the settings, time, and when we're going to be doing this, and etc. Let me do a quick look. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I guess we should read from the beginning. Scrolling back up to the start. We roll a die to make our own story. Is it the present or the past, and the title of the story? I'll admit, this is translated into English recently, so there's a couple of translation issues you just have to push through.
Okay.
So I think in this case, everything is a D6, and we get to choose, or we get to roll to determine which of our scenarios we're going to play. Then we roll a D6. Ignore the fact I'm using a Dungeons & Dragons dice roller is the first thing that came up. All right, 1 and 2. You are part of a group of girls moved to another institute. One night, their classmate, Hikari, goes missing. Why did you leave the other institute, and what is known about your past? You will start in the mansion. This game comes with a really nice map. If you scroll down or look at the screen on the second page, you see a little corner. There's a play map where there's certain regions we can look through. The forest, the chapel, the mansion, and the dungeon. All right. So we know that you guys, or you girls, are moved to another institute. And one night, your friend goes missing. So I guess the first thing we're going to have to answer is, why did you leave the institute? What made them kick you out or move you out for whatever reason? Let me scroll down. I think that might be the only part in the start that we actually need. So if we go back to the second sheet, you got your girls sheet. You can pick what you have in terms of equipment. You get to choose a name for your character, and they have a list of names you can pick from, and an age between 14 and 17. You also get to pick your personality traits, and they have a list that are available, but I think you can make up your own as well. And then what's real fun is you get to write down a sinful secret that's terrible for you. You could some of the examples given are guilty of the death of my best friend, or I hate Hikari and all of this is my fault. I try to kill myself, etc. There's a couple of things you could pick from their sinful secret. And you get to pick a special perk that is listed on the page. I'll quickly go through the special perks. Temple Assistant allows you a talisman that you can use to shield yourself from bad spirits. A sports club is you're stronger than most people. So when you're out of breath, when your breath is tested, you get to roll extra dice. Photography club means you have a special camera that drives off ghosts with its flash.
So excited. I want that.
Reveals auras with its lens. Outstanding student is you get to ask the GM for additional information about each clue. Or a useful item or character or advice from that. Girl Scout, you start off well equipped. You have a flashlight, you have a phone, no signal, blanket, food, canteen, compass, needle and thread, first aid kit, etc. And you have a radio communicator you could give to each friend. Canine Guardian. You have a big pet dog which can be commanded to track, watch, and guard. You give it a name. Class President, when you overcome a calm test, it's one of, I think, 3 different tests you get to test. Maybe 4 different tests. Let me check that. Yeah, 4 tests. If you overcome a calm test, all the other girls overcome it as well because you're the class president and you give them courage, which is adorable and ridiculous and great. Reclusive is you may interact with ghosts. Oh, you're the creepy one. If your anxiety is 2, you will hear advice in your head about useful items or clues. So here's the basics on how the game plays. I actually have to silence my cell phone. Give me 1 second. All right. So there are various situations where you'll be put under tests. When you're tested, you roll a die and you check the chart on the test chart that's on the character sheet. If, for example, haste, when your haste is tested, you make it, the clock of fate advances. You mark another segment. It's a timekeeping and like pressure keeping scenario for the game. Breath is, again, you're tested. If you don't get a 5 or 6, that's kind of the success rate in the game. You have to raise your fatigue by 1. Calm, again, if you're tested and you fail, you raise your anxiety by 1. Anxiety and fatigue are the 2 things that you have to keep up throughout the play. They're equivalent to, I guess, hit points in a way, but you role play through them, whether you're gaining anxiety and fatigue. Caution, unless all involved girls succeed with a 5 or 6, then their caution is tested. You make it, but the stalker, there is a stalker in the game that will chase after you, appears in the next challenge no matter what. So basically, if you're not cautious, you cause damage, you cause a loud noise or whatever, whatever is stalking you will find you. There's a page on the sheet for fatigue and anxiety tracking. When you reach, if your fatigue or anxiety reaches a 3, you pass out and stay that way until you take a break. If the stalker appears when you're unconscious, you'll be captured and dragged to the dungeon. And you'll be stripped from your belongings no matter what. You can't take any action until rescued. And the next time you will not be captured, which is pretty damn threatening if you ask me. All right, so you may be wondering, how do you get tested on things? Well, there are actions you want to take. You can take actions with your friends. If you want to investigate for clues, you can make a specific question. Who's after us? What's this place? What do they want from us? What happened here? The DM will assign a challenge. If it's overcome, the GM will insinuate the answer through a clue. So I will provide you an in-world clue. So I guess I won't answer you directly. You could search for useful items or something, or do something. You may want a specific aid. You want to stop the stalker. You want to freeze Hikari if you find her. I want to disarm her trap, that kind of stuff. I will assign a challenge for you. If it's overcome, there will be a useful item that will help you with your task. So you might have a key or a flashlight or a Ouija board or something along those lines. You could also take a break. If you're in a shelter or quiet place, you may advance the clock of fate up to 3 segments. For each segment you advance it, reduce all the girls' fatigue and anxiety in 1, but you get closer to the end of the game. And if certain things don't happen before the end of the game, you are in trouble. Or you could travel to another zone. Unless you have some sort of shortcut map key from some other success, you may move to another zone, but you have to test your haste to do so. And all this, any girls who decide to run away and abandon everything, you mark the remaining segments of the clock of fate. So you can all decide to leave and just give up at any point, which you might want to do if it's statistically advantaged to do so. It makes a really grim game and grim story, doesn't it? All right, so you get the basics of it, how you why you would perform an action, how that becomes a test, and how you gain fatigue and anxiety, and also how you get clues into the world. Does that all make sense to a certain
Yeah, it makes sense to a certain extent.
All right.
A certain extent.
Okay, I'm back from the real world. I think it's worth discussing a little bit about how I run the game. This isn't a game really fueled by secrets. So I will give you a little bit of hint of that. Again, we figured out a little bit of what the basic motivation for the girls moving through the forest and why Hikari is missing, but we don't know more of the details until we start talking about our characters. At one point, I will roll a secret die, and I determine who's behind everything, what they want, and why they're so dangerous, and how can they be stopped. The stalker is something or someone that is behind the girls. There may be several stalkers, depending on the scenario. And the zones, as we described, are the dungeon, the mansion, the forest, and the chapel. At this point, because we're starting off in I believe,
the mansion.
The mansion, it's the only place that has easy access. Everything else will be hard or difficult to get to. It may not actually be a mansion, depending on what kind of scenario you want to give me the backstory of. Maybe you aren't being held in a mansion, but it will be something equivalent to that. Clock of Fate has 6 segments. When all 6 segments are marked, the game ends. And I relate the final scene. The more fate you accumulate, the better the ending. These are the things you get. If nobody is captured, you get fate +1. If all the zones are, you get. I'm not entirely sure if you're supposed to know this. Obviously, it's on your sheets. But if you avoid being captured and you explore well, and you show love and compassion, and you defeat the monsters or the stalkers, I should say, and you face your secrets, and you collect clues, and you figure out what's happened here, and save Hikari, that's like the maximum amount of good stuff you could get. So if you get a lot of those things early on, run away because you want the game to end and you end well. I think, I got a list of challenges I could throw at you guys. I do tend to. All right, well, we'll see. And just so you know, we're all playing this for the first time. We're not going to keep bouncing back and forth from the map. I wish I might do a blowout of that map in the future because I think it would be cool. But I right now we're good. All right. So now that we've gone through the basics of the game, let's hear some of our characters. Who are you girls, and why are you in this situation? This is going to be a communal thing. You have to discuss it with each other and clear out your ideas.
I choose Sakura. That's my name. Like that was one of the listed options. I'm calling that one right now.
Sakura.
All right.
Do you know what Sakura does?
It's the name I could choose. I want to be Sakura.
Where are the listed options?
The girls.
On the page.
Choose a name. Let's see, we have Yumiko, Megumi. Yeah.
Mizuki.
Megumi, then. Megumi.
Okay.
Is it just me?
Yep.
I guess I'll go Yuki.
I'm going to actually grab my hotel pad and write this shit down.
Yeah, actually, I opened Notepad.
All right. So also determine your age, and more importantly, get like an idea of why are you as a group being kicked. I keep saying kicked out, but that's not necessarily true. Why have you moved? Why were you being moved to another institute? What institute were you in before? Why are you moving to a new one? What's going on?
Were we all individually moved, or?
Yeah, you're a class. You are all classmates.
Okay, so our class was moved.
Kira? Right?
Well, I guess that depends on where we end up being. Like, theoretically, we could all be in some sort of, like, work-study program. We could be in community service. Theoretically, it depends on where we are, because we could all technically come from all different schools, right? Or does that have to be all come from the same?
No, you're all classmates.
Because we all know the same person who's missing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You want to be all
So
classmates.
we have to come from the same place. Okay.
I think it would almost work if you were, just like you were all about to become classmates. I think they could almost work, but let's make it easier on ourselves and say you're all classmates.
How about we do a night at the museum? Like school trip and we stayed behind, but we lost our friend.
I get behind that.
Well, no, because we're supposedly supposed to all. It's not that it's a class trip. Because I think that's another one of the options. Actually, this is supposed to be we moved. Like everything, like our school isn't there anymore, or we're not allowed in that school anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like road trip to go do a thing. That's apparently a separate option. I think.
That's it.
Right. So this is probably either a punishment or a promotion or maybe something completely out of your hands.
I mean, I'll throw this option
finances.
out there. I'll throw this option out there. It's from a movie I saw recently that I really liked the concept, which was we're actually not all Japanese. We're Korean, and we're being brought here during the essentially the occupation. We're being taught to be good Japanese girls, even though we're not technically, and that's why we're moved here because they want to make us into Japanese women.
I don't feel like I know enough about that subject matter.
That's fair. we could either say no, we don't know enough about that subject matter. I mean, let's be honest here. There's 4 guys playing this game about schoolgirls who go missing, but we could either just say no, we don't know enough about it. Let's not deal with it, or we could face that and just make sure that we don't go too deep in that. Well, actually, during this period, that wouldn't happen. Like, because I'm not going to be able to call any of that.
Is James there? Or did he?
James is either frozen or he just really deep into his notepad. Well, that answers that question. Hopefully,
that answers that question. All right. So, if not, another option is maybe we did something bad at their last school. We're being sent somewhere otherwise. Like, I don't know, we all were picked on by somebody, and then we all got revenge on them, and then, oh well, you're all bad. You know, you can't go to regular school. We got to send you to this other one and reform you and whatever.
I like you're all being bad. I also like the Korean schoolgirl thing. I like it all. I don't know. James, have you heard the 2 suggestions?
No. I had to re-up my hotel internet, so I missed it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Why are you in a hotel? Do we need to know this? Should we?
He's working.
I travel for work. I am working in Atlanta.
All right. So Al originally suggested Korean girls during the occupation brought to Japan to be taught how to be good Japanese citizens, even though they are not.
Oh, God. That's creepy on multiple levels.
It is, but AJ's good reaction is he wasn't sure he knew too much about the setting. We could just decide we don't go too deep into the historical background, or we could just pass on it. The other thing I think Al also suggested was just bad girls gone crazy, which he didn't say it that way, but I'm going to say it that way. Anyways, you were somehow kicked out of your institution and now have to go to a different one.
Like we all we were all being made fun of by a bully. We got revenge on that bully, and then they were like, "Oh no, you can't be here anymore." And
that's also
leave. So we're like in juvie.
We're like boarding school, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, you've been bad, so we send you to a boarding school because it's tougher, you know.
Yeah.
Tough boarding school, set you straight.
Yeah.
I
get behind that.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I think we do the boarding school. As cool as the other scenario is, like, I'd actually legitimately want to be prepared for that scenario. I'd like to do a little reading.
You're I need to make a character for that one, not just.
That sounds like a very boring game I'd play with James. I need to do some reading about this. Look, all right, come on.
No, it's cool.
All right, we'll do. So you guys have been. Because of bullying, because you were bullying somebody, or were you bullied into getting into another school? I don't know. Which one.
I feel like we took revenge on a bully.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you don't go through the proper channels, and you look on paper like a bully yourself.
Yeah. All right, sounds cool. Now start filling in some questions about your own characters. I'm curious about. I mean, you don't have to answer questions directly about Hikari, but it would be interesting what she was, how she may or may not have been involved in the bullying. Either part of your team to get revenge, or was she the bully? It's interesting.
I think we should. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Gosh? Was she the bully, or do you think?
I'm okay with her being the bully.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of adds a very different layer to this, so...
Or we cannot answer this at all at this point and then see what happens. But you do have to have a sinful secret for your character. And it can't just be, I took revenge on a bully. Unless you want to be very specific about how you took revenge, like maybe you took it too far or something like that.
Maybe James or AJ or I was the one that took it too far, and that's what the secret is. And
we don't have on the list? Oh, no.
We could keep going down the list for personality if you want to pick personalities.
Yeah, I feel like we should all pick our classes. James called photography club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to go Girl Scout.
Okay.
I kind of want a dog.
You are such a ranger, man. And everything.
You know what? If I was a ranger, I would have picked Girl Scout.
That's true.
This is very true.
Maybe I meant druid because you do have
We're
a favorite within distance, right now.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by furry little creatures who are tearing apart my shoes.
What they do.
Right.
I'll be a recluse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What was that?
He's a recluse.
Oh, okay.
I'm the quiet girl in class. Leave me alone. I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Huh.
Oh, dude. I totally have D6 in my pocket at all times. Speaking of which, I have to go to the bathroom.
All right. Cool. I don't know how that relates, but sure.
Oh, it does.
Do you roll a d6 to see how it comes out?
All right. So.
All right. Now that AJ's gone. No.
Right. So we've got. Well, what about personalities? Al, what's your personality? Your character's personality.
Let me
Write down
see.
your character names. What's your character, Al?
Scanny but shy, reasonable but depressive. I guess responsible but depressive?
I'm mature but angry.
Like someone help me figure out what this means. Like responsible means I make sure everything is taken care of. I am a responsible young lady. I know pretty much what I need to do when I need to do it. But I'm depressed about it.
I think that maybe you are like a stick in the mud. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, I get what it means. Yeah,
which makes perfect sense for the Girl Scout, right? Not that Girl Scouts are sticks in the mud, but like you're always prepared. You're making sure people are safe. You're making sure people got their things packed up. But it's like it's tedious.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah.
Do you remember who? Oh, Yuki. That's right.
Yeah.
We don't know his personality is.
I have all my things.
All right. Let's go through our characters one by one. James, you want to go first? I just heard you say you have all your things.
Sure. Do you need my secret or no?
I believe I do. Nothing in the sheet says that your secret is actually
a secret.
Is an in-game or out of game secret.
I am Megumi. I am mature, but I'm angry, right? So as for like my personal backstory, I'm assuming like something happened in my past like that makes me angry, but forced me to grow up quicker, like maybe a divorce or something like that between my parents. My sinful secret is that I'm a cheater. Not like that sort of cheater, but like the things I'm like supposed to be good at, like I'm not actually good at them. I just get other people to do my stuff.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's my thought there.
What about photography?
I'm not actually good at photography.
Oh wow.
That's why this camera is going to be like all crazy when I find it. I get totally someone else in photography class to take my pictures. I just kind of, go over to them, make them think that they're hanging out with me and I'm awesome, and get them to do all my work.
I hate Meg. All right. Wow.
All right. So I'm Sakura. And I'm very responsible but very depressive, and I think my sinful secret is that while I appear very organized and need everything to be kind of taken care of as best as it can, like the Girl Scout that I am. I think my secret, let me know if this is bad, was that my home life is actually pretty bad. It's like I'm so well organized because home is really kind of like extremely disorganized. Like my parents kind of live in filth, and they're kind of borderline, like not necessarily alcoholics, but clearly they're one would call them degenerates. And I try not to let people know that about my family life.
That's pretty horrible. All right. All right. And AJ, who's shuffling things.
And pleased to meet you. All right. So we're just doing
Your character.
summary character.
Yeah.
All right. So my character's name is Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
She is that quiet one who sits in the back of the classroom and really doesn't pay attention, but just draws in her pad the entire time.
That's a sick dragon.
Yes, it is. Actually, is this an exchange that's happening? Because that's not what she would say.
No. What is your personality type?
It is reclusive.
No, personality type.
That's trait. Oh, type? Is there another one?
No, it's traits. That's fine.
Okay. But no, she's aloof. I'd say she doesn't really interact with people very much. Kind of hoodie on all the time. Not well kempt, like clean, but just doesn't give a crap.
Aloof, but what? Or something but aloof. Because we have like mature but angry. You could see how mature could be a positive thing, but angry could be
okay.
So aloof. I could see aloof being a negative. It could also be
but
positive.
Observant. I'd say she's very observant.
Okay.
But not interactive.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Got it.
All right. She might know something, but you're gonna have to convince her to tell you.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. All right.
We'll not start speaking until everyone else has stopped.
So you have been involved in a horrible bullying incident in your old school. And you were all bullied by the same person, and you took revenge on that person in a way that we have not yet determined, but was significant enough that you were removed from the school and told you have to go to this new institute, which would be the mansion. This is the new institute. You're in there right now. And this is your first day in the mansion. Actually, your first night in the mansion, and this is your first night in boarding school, because it didn't sound like you were in boarding school beforehand. And horror upon horrors, one of the girls you were bullying was actually also kicked out. So, like, basically, it was a what's the term for it? Oh God, I lost. No, it's when there's zero tolerance. So there's a zero tolerance policy in the place you were in. So anybody involved in bad behavior got kicked out, which included the bully and you guys, you folks. Something nice. And yeah, so you're in the institute, the mansion, is what everybody calls it. And this is your first night, and you're in this long common area, right? A bunch of bunks in the common area, all together. Everybody gets their own bed, very Spartan, in this old world, beautiful mansion. But it seems like it's had worse, like it's seen better days. And You're all sleeping there for the first night you're together. You're the only 4 girls in the school. The semester hasn't started yet.
Okay, I check my backpack. I make sure everything is in there as I left it. I look around, and I mean, do we know Hikari has gone missing yet, or are we discovering that she's missing now?
I think you're in bed that first night. We should probably discover that she's missing because she is, and I think that's probably a good way if you're kind of obsessively waking up in the night just to check to make sure your bag is still where you left it, because there's no locks on anything in your private area, and you don't want a repeat of whatever bullying incident happened. You notice that Hikari is out of bed, which is not a good sign.
No. So I'm looking around, and because we all have to be in bed, and so I move over to the person next to me, and I'm motioning them hey.
What do you want? I'm sleeping.
Hikari's not here. She's gone.
Why are you waking me up? She probably went to the bathroom.
No, I was just at the bathroom. She's not there. We're going to get in trouble again.
I sit up. I kind of rub my eyes. I grab my glasses from the table. I look. All right, she's gone, but we didn't have anything to do with it. She wants to get in trouble sneaking around. That's her fault, right?
No. This is going to be exactly what happened last time. When something bad happened, we all got punished for it. So we have to find her now and bring her back to bed before everyone else wakes up. I'm not going to get in trouble again.
All right. Calm down. We'll go look for her. But
James is inhabiting this mean girl.
Oh God, we'll look for her.
I take my pillow and I throw it at
Yuki,
right? I wanted to say Nagato because that's Nagato Yuki from Haruhi, and I'm not going to do that. Literally the aloof, bookish character. I'm going to take my pillow and I'm going to throw it, and I'm going to say, Yuki, wake up!
Yuki, you got hit by a pillow.
Okay.
Okay, I got hit by the pillow. So is my life.
So is my life.
I'm not running around alone with this girl. Come on. You're coming with us. We have to find, I forget her name.
But I thought you didn't want to get in trouble.
Sorry.
I mean, okay. I mean, if you didn't want to get in trouble, then we should probably just stay here.
I think that they're going to do the same thing they did before. They're just going to punish us all just because one of us did something wrong. And I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to be tarnished again because of Hikari going off and doing whatever it is she does that I don't know. She just
going to the bathroom?
I was just at the bathroom. She's not there.
I'm not
in the
going to
bathroom.
be tarnished is my favorite line so far. All right. So yeah, you're all clearly awake.
Now we both get everyone else there too.
Hikari's bed is disheveled. If you want to investigate or look to see where she might be, you can do so. Just let me know when you perform an action. I get to basically make a challenge if I think it's appropriate.
All right, I will investigate for clues.
All right. So ask me a specific question. and roll a 6-sided die.
What happened here? And can I roll a 6-sided die in the chat?
Actually, I just realized I'm reading this through. I think I'm the one who rolls. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At least in this situation, because I'm not really testing you yet.
Excuse me. Sorry.
So you're asking me a question. What happened here?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I want this first thing to be completely by the rules, and like any role-playing game, it's not even a matter of not following the rules later on. It's just you get so familiar with it. It's like rote. You just end up doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So let us go in. I rolled twice. So you guys know how to play the game. I, as a GM, I was asked a question. As an action, I can showcase with it. I can respond with a challenge. And then we'll see if he overcomes the challenge. The player overcomes the challenge. And now I have a choice in which challenge I could do. That makes the most sense, the one I first read. Wow, that's really good. All right, that's really cool. The giving me two choices for challenge and having me pick who the stalker is or what the stalker is in this part of the scenario, like it fit together perfectly without me even trying. All right, you're looking at the bed, and it seemed like it was maybe briefly slept in. Somebody was actually lying in the bed, which makes sense. You all kind of went to bed at around the same time, but the bed is cold, as if whoever left a while ago. There are no bed clothes around other than the bed sheet. There's and a blanket. There's nothing else. Very Spartan, as I described, and none of the clothes that Hikari was wearing while she was sleeping are present. So wherever she is, she's still dressed for sleep. And as you're looking through her bed, and you've got the two girls behind you, kind of impatiently, not really interested, maybe just waiting. You notice that actually they're around you. You notice that a shadow has creeped into the room, as if someone were standing in the very little light that's coming from the window.
Okay.
What did you just say?
Okay.
Okay. As the shadow comes in, it is possible that it's a Hikari. Hikari is standing in front of the window. That's the only thing that makes sense. Other than the caretaker that let you in and then left, there has been no one else in this house. So, you turn around and investigate. I think your tone of voice suggests... Well, actually, do you turn around and investigate? I'm going to have you test your calm.
All right. Now,
So
do I physically roll one, or can I roll one in chat?
You can roll one in chat, or a real one, whatever you want.
How do I do that? I mean, I'll go roll a real one, I guess. If I wasn't sure if we could roll it in chat.
That's a good question. I think there might be a tool for that, but why don't you find a real one?
Okay.
I don't really remember if the Google.
Oh, we have to find the dice roller.
I think there is a tool for it, but I don't remember it.
I have a dice bag.
Nice dice bag.
There we go.
All right.
All right, I got a 6.
All right, you made it, I believe. Right? Yeah. You get a 5 or
roll
6?
better than a 6, so I hope so.
Well, I don't know. I didn't remember off the top of my head that whether you
5s
go
and 6s
under
are successes.
Yeah. So you have succeeded. So you turn around, looking for hopefully Hikari standing in the window, blocking out the light and putting an end to this already slightly creepy night. But instead, you find an open window and no source of blockage whatsoever. No figure standing there to cast a shadow.
Huh.
That's weird, I say, reaching over and grabbing my camera.
Okay.
And putting it up. I don't know if it's too early for you guys to notice I still have the lens cap on.
I notice. I don't care.
Too early. I'm not invested yet.
I look at it, I turn it around, I realize the lens cap's on, I take it off, and I hold up my camera
Mm-hmm.
to the area where the shadow is being cast from to take a picture.
Okay. You're going to take that picture?
I am.
Okay. You take a picture and... Okay, yeah. As you snap a photo, I'm just making sure that I'm not missing opportunities to do actions or challenges. As you take a picture, there's a flash of light, naturally, and the shadow that's cast over the bed that seems to have no source disappears. Again, almost makes sense, except where did it come from in the beginning? Again, the window's still open.
I'm going to look out the window in case anyone was going to stop me.
It almost sounded like him pleading for someone to stop him. You creep up to the window and you look outside.
Somebody stop me!
As you look outside the window, you see the grounds for the first time. You're kind of busy with your own stuff, getting it all off whatever vehicle brought you to the mansion. And you see that you're surrounded by a really dense forest. It's cold. It's snowy outside. And there's a frightful breeze coming in through the window. But on the landing, if you look outside the window, there's like a landing for various other, like the floor directly below you. Let's say you're on the second floor, and actually, let's say you're on the third floor. The second floor landing or a rooftop has what looks like 2 human footprints in the snow, just right on top of the second floor roof.
I motion the other 2 to come over and take a look, and like, hey, there's footprints out there.
I run over.
You could take a picture of that.
I run over, and I'm like, yes, I will take a picture of that. And then I take a picture of it.
I look very confused as to why I needed them to take a picture, but I'm not gonna judge them for it.
I hope this is a digital camera, or else
It is a digital camera.
All right. Yeah. So you take a picture. There's another flash of light, and the footprints seem to sort of glow for a minute with the bright light coming onto the white snow. The snow is still slightly falling. It feels as if they are fresh, but it's ridiculous. Why would anyone do that? And where do they go afterwards? It's just 2 footprints.
Why would Hikari go out the window?
Because she doesn't mind being in trouble?
Well, maybe she didn't go. Maybe she didn't go out the window. I mean, maybe. How high are we up? How many floors?
3 floors.
3 floors. I don't know, but we should probably go check it out. I'm not at the window, obviously, but let's go down the stairs, out the door, and go check out where the footprints are going.
I'm going on the roof.
I'm
all right.
I groan. That'll take too long, and I kind of hop out the window. Mansion. It's like a Japanese style mansion, right? So Japanese, a lot of Japanese architecture has long, flat sort of ceilings and things, which would allow there to be, like I'm not going to slide right off.
We'll see if you're not going to slide right off. But yeah, it doesn't look like it. There looks like there's enough footing where you could actually land. This is. I'm trying to get an idea. This feels you're doing it more investigating for clues.
Yeah.
So ask me a specific question.
Where exactly do the footprints lead?
Okay. As you get out, I believe this is going to be. This involves exertion, right?
Yeah, I would think.
So this is going to be a breath test.
Okay.
Exertion is breath. So roll
A D6.
d6.
Roll it. Rolling 5.
Okay, you made it. So you're like balancing very carefully on the roof, and then like maybe even faking out. Well, you could actually describe how you're doing it if you're gonna fake people out, but you make it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go out onto the roof, right? I get down there, right, and I'm being a little cautious. I look down at the footprints and I kind of follow them. I look like I'm like investigating or whatever, and then I stand up pretty much all the way to go to walk, and then I go, whoa, right? I should get a reaction out of the other two. You react, both of you. Fall from my roof.
You're falling legitimately like just like.
It seems like he's falling or she's falling. Yes.
I'm going to grab. I mean, I don't have anything in my backpack for this, but oh, actually, maybe I do. Oh crap, blanket. No, I mean, I don't know if that'll help at all, but I'll try.
Before you run to grab a blanket, before you do, I turn around and I laugh.
I don't react in any way.
That's actually, those two reactions are perfect because I can picture one of you just standing in the window nonchalantly and the other one rushing to get a blanket. All right. Very cool. So you get there and you examine the footprints and I'm sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay. So yeah, you look at it and you could, first you look at the snow and it's perfect virgin snow, right? Not a single footprint anywhere except for the two you found on the second floor roof. And then you look back at your friends who are sitting there either not reacting at all or panically grabbing a blanket, and you're kind of laughing, and you noticed that there is another set of footprints. It's along the wall on the third floor part of the building.
Huh. Well, that's odd. Wow,
So
what's the character's name?
Footprints here and the two footprints up here vertically on the wall.
Sakura.
Hey, Sakura. There are footprints on the third floor, like roof?
No, on the wall.
So, like, on the wall. So, like, he was walking on the wall.
Right.
Somebody put shoe prints on the wall.
And they are footprints. They are barefoot.
Oh.
That's
strange. This is impossible. I grab my camera and I go to take a photo.
Okay.
Nothing special.
You've got a photo. Unless you're asking me if you're doing more investigation, then it's another challenge. But let me know what you're doing.
No, I'm gonna take the photo. I'm gonna review the photos in a little bit. I think all of them. So yeah, I mentioned that that there are footprints on the wall.
Actually, you know what? Since you are taking a photo, and not every action you're going to do is consciously investigating for clues. Some of it's just this is sort of like gathering useful items. We'll call this another challenge. And in this case, I think it's calm, right? Because this is creepy, and because you're kind of bouncing on a roof right now. So test your calm.
Makes sense. So I roll, right?
Yeah.
Here, so you know I'm not lying.
No, I don't. I'm not going to switch back to the camera just to tell. What
I got
did you
a
get?
2.
You got a what?
2.
Okay, you don't have to do that again. We believe you.
We'll believe you.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so we had our first failure. Bink. Because it's your calm, your anxiety goes up by 1. As you're reaching up to grab a picture of the vertical footprints, you slip, and you could feel yourself sliding down one of the more steep pitches of the roof you're on.
Oh shit!
So mark 1
Language!
anxiety, and yes, you are slipped down, and you're kind of like hanging off the second floor roof.
I'm
A
gonna
little
attempt
Do you
to
want
save them.
No.
Oh, wait, AJ, you want to do something?
Do you want to come back inside now?
Yes, you. Ah!
I take the curtain rod down and I pulled out the curtain rod.
Okay, cool. That's going to be a test of breath on you, Yuki.
Okay. No modifiers, just roll?
Yeah, just roll.
No.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
So Megumi, I think is grabs, reaches out for the pole. You've got a hand on it. You're good. You've got this. You can pull yourself up this way. Surely nothing could possibly go wrong.
Unfortunately, the pole is in 2 sections and it slides apart.
That'd be interesting, but you're the one who gets hurt in this.
Okay.
So you
fine
get,
with
I
that.
think you get pulled out
I
with
get hurt.
with
Okay.
her, and that would be 1 fatigue for you as you get pulled out of the window. All right, so both of you go tumbling down. Sorry, Megumi, you fall about 2 floors, and
pretty bad.
Yuki, you fall down 3 floors. So it's pretty bad. That's why you get.
Are we on the 3rd floor?
Yeah, you're on the 3rd floor.
I'm in the snow?
Yeah, but you both land in the snow. Yuki is definitely injured. She's hurt in the fall. Megumi is kind of like you're messed up in the fall. It's not like a pleasant. Oh, it was fine, but Yuki actually has an injury. She hurt her leg, but yeah, both of you are outside now. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're right on the edge of the forest. Not that you fell that far, but outside the mansion is the forest. Yeah. Sakura, you're still in the mansion. What are you doing? Sakura?
Okay, so, jeez, I don't. All right, so I'm the Girl Scout, right? So I should be able to handle this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do we see any markings of anything leading or coming from here besides like the ones that went up the
I 100% hear whispering in the studio.
It's not us. I don't know what else to say.
I really don't have time to be in a cheap millennial horror movie. Hello? I'm probably going to die. Sucks. I don't want to die today. All right.
One for the homies.
I like that you called it a cheap millennial horror movie.
Okay, Al, what were you saying?
Okay, I was asking if are there any other tracks or anything that is essentially going, like, besides the ones we saw go up towards the roof, is there anything that looks like that's been going towards the forest,
You briefly look out the window. I don't think you see anything. If you want to investigate at this point, you can. I guess keep looking.
All right. I guess
action.
I'm gonna do the plan I had originally, which was I'm gonna go down the stairs.
Yeah.
And
All
out
right.
the door, and I'm gonna do that and go outside.
All right.
Run and climb out the damn window.
You are in a rush to get outside, so this is going to be a haste check.
Gotcha. 4.
Okay. That's bad. If no one gets a 5 or 6 when your haste is tested, you make it, but the clock of fate advances. Okay, so our clock... So this is the first time our clock of fate has moved up. I stupidly did not print this out, so I'm going to say how many... Okay, cool. So yeah, this is like obviously the next major act in the movie. 2 of our main characters just fell off the roof, and somebody else is frantically running out of the building. As you are running, you see you see like a bunch of you're just panicked right now. You're going to rush out the stairs, get out the door, go around the corner of the building, see if they're all okay, going over your emergency procedures. I assume you have your first aid kit with you because you're always prepared. Yeah. All right. As you do so, you hold on a minute. Need to roll twice. Ooh.
What's that?
Give me 1 second. Interesting.
Be right back.
Okay.
As you are running down the stairs and with the bag, you find it incredibly heavy. Like your equipment is it feels like the bag is going to rip and pour out all the emergency medical supplies you have, right? So you have to slow down for 1 second to open up the bag and go, what is going on? You did not, like, this bag is supposed to be light in an emergency. And as you open it up, you find a bottle of liquor in there. And you find a big jar full of keys. All of them mismatched, some of them rusted and broken. You find several books that are moldy and like revolting. Like they fall apart as you start to take them out. None of these are your belongings, but they look vaguely familiar, as if you had seen them once before, as if you had seen them in your family's home amongst the piles of debris and filth that have just sort of accumulated over the years. You have no memory of packing them.
Do I not have any of my items, or is it just this stuff is in it with it?
It's in there with you.
Okay. Okay, wow, all right. I'm gonna, whoa, that's weird, but you know what? Mom and Dad are effed up, and, you know, I'm gonna equate it to that, and that, you know, it was like they meant to give me, like, something useful, and instead it was beer. You know, whatever. I'm gonna look at it very creepily, but I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go outside.
Are you gonna keep the stuff, discard it? What are you gonna do?
Well, I can't discard it because if I throw it out in the school randomly, then I've thrown either moldy books or alcohol into the school somewhere, and I can't do that.
Okay.
So it's got to stay with me.
If you continue with it, the bag might rip because you're carrying way too much stuff.
All right.
That isn't. I just want to make this clear. This isn't like GM try to force you to do one thing or the other. I want you to realize that this is like the double-edged sword of hoarding. I shouldn't get rid of this right now, but I really should get rid of this right now. So where do you want to fall on this no-win spectrum?
Okay, I'm gonna hold on to it because, again, I think that's how she would go. It's like, I can't throw this out here. I'll be throwing books or messing up the school. I gotta make sure it's disposed of discreetly.
And so
I'm gonna try and I'll walk a lot slower with the bag to try and make sure it's okay.
Okay. All right.
And I'll throw it out, you know, when I feel like I got the chance.
Mm-hmm. All right. Megumi. I'm sorry. I don't know why my penmanship is terrible. Megumi. You're the first to come to.
Oh, fuck.
Sakura isn't out yet. Not that you know that she's coming, but you're there lying in the snow.
I look around. Do I see Yuki?
You see your camera facing up, and you see a pile of drab clothing that could be Yuki.
Shit. I kind of shuffle past my camera, just leaving it in the snow. Again, not knowing if that'll damage it, because I don't actually know how to use that thing. Wait to see how terrible those photos are.
The camera goes off once as you shuffle past it. You barely recognize that.
And then I kind of go over to the pile of clothing and see if that's Yuki.
All right. I feel like this is this is a need for help, or this is this could be an action, right? You know.
Yeah.
Do you basically you get to ask us for specific aid in this case? So what do you want to accomplish?
I want to make sure Yuki's okay. Like, do something to not be too injured.
Okay. All right. I feel.
Lynch her leg or do something, you know.
Do you think? I think this is a calm check.
Okay.
Right. I mean, it's either going to be calm.
Sense, yeah.
It's going to be calm or it's going to be haste. And we already, like, you were out for an undetermined amount of time. So I think it's calm.
All right. So I got a 6.
Okay. If you do not get a 5 or 6 when your calm is tested, you make it, but raise your anxiety. Oh, okay, never mind. So yes, you got a 6. You go up to Yuki, and she's kind of a little dazed, but she's conscious. She's okay. It seems as if something broke her fall on the way down, and
Probably me. Yeah.
what was that?
I said probably me.
Yeah, it's no. That's a little. She must. She hit like a snowbank on the way down. That was kind of blown up to the side of the building. It cut down some of the injury. Her leg is sprained. She'll probably want to rest it for a while, but she seems like she's going to be okay. The more you look at her, though, it's a miracle she was okay. And yeah, it was kind of a miracle that you're okay too. You don't know how many times someone could fall out of this window and make it all right. And it now, the virgin snow that was outside, it's gone. Like, it's a mess. You fell down and a bunch of boards fell off the side of the building and it rustled up some more snow. Like, this is what it looks like when someone gets out of the window, jumps out of a window. Not what it was before you and Yuki came out. So Hikari did not come out this way.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what I should do next.
Yuki, you could also take actions. You're up as well.
I vote we go back to the room and go back to bed.
I agree with her. I just say, all right, we'll do that.
All right.
Yeah, because I want to make her feel better. All right,
am I there yet?
All right. Yeah, you come around the corner.
I'm gonna come out with
as they both stand up to walk away.
All right, bandages in hand. I'm like, all right, let me look at her. Let me look at her. All right, because I like if she's had a concussion, you shouldn't move her. Like, I'm like saying all these things just to like be like, hold on, I gotta take a look and look her over. So should I roll for any of this, or are we?
I think you want to provide useful aid. So let us do this as another comm check.
Okay. I got a 4.
All right, 4. So you raise your anxiety by 1.
Okay. That's the first that's raised my anxiety. So all right.
Yeah, and now you're able to provide aid at this point, but as you are providing aid, oh wow, okay. As you're providing aid, you've got this big bag open next to you, and you two can see inside her bag. She's got a bottle of liquor. She's got weird moldy books. That you don't want to trust any of that first aid stuff that comes out of the bag that had the moldy books in it. She's got like this jar full of like spare parts. It's creepy. It's weird.
It's okay. She's fine, Sakura. She's fine.
Yeah, I just want to go to bed.
Let's bring her back to the room.
I'm kind of in agreement with them at this point because, like, you know, where I ran down outside, and the footprints lead back towards. They lead up the side of the house, but they do lead to the school, right?
Yeah, I guess they're in.
It's not like someone. It looks like someone walked to the school as opposed to away from the school. That's correct?
It's possible, but if so, their feet are pointing in the wrong direction.
Oh, so they
they
did
were-
walk. They walked towards the woods then. I'm gonna say, all right. I have the little communicators, little walkie-talkies. I hand them a walkie-talkie. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go check out the follow the footprints and see if Hikari is out there. You make sure she gets back to bed safely.
Shouldn't go alone.
She shouldn't go back upstairs alone. So you and Hikari certainly shouldn't be alone in the woods. That's for certain.
Okay, I'll come. Let's just do this quickly.
Do you want to finish up the bandaging so that you could actually have offered the aid that you were trying to do, and that way she can continue moving with the damaged leg?
Yeah, I'll finish up the bandaging.
All right, so you're wrapping the bandage up around her leg, and you're getting to the point where like it's stable enough. Like you've made a splint, which is maybe overkill, but you've got a splint on her leg.
Right.
But you're looking through your bag. You don't have your scissors. You can't find it. You must have dropped it when you were coming here with all your stuff loaded heavy in hand.
I got you.
So as you look around for your scissors, which are somewhere around here, and you see the big pile of disheveled snow, you actually hear it clipping in the background. You can hear snip, snip, snip. And for a second, you think maybe Megumi has it, or Yuki has it. Well, Yuki can't have it. She's right there with you. And actually, Megumi's right here with you. Where's that snipping noise coming from?
Maybe it's just Hikari. I mean, could clearly be that, right?
Plausible.
Right?
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 If you keep saying right, it'll be right?
Do you want to, and you're investigating, you're moving forward?
Yeah, I'm gonna check this out.
And it's the three of you, right? You're investigating more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're in the woods. All right. It's really just a few steps for you. You just sort of take a step, turn around, look around the corner of that one building that's output, the roof of which you kind of fell off of, Megumi. And around the corner, sitting in the snow, is a tall woman with long black hair and a stark white dress, more white than the snow she's on, with a pair of scissors, long, sharp, and wicked looking. And she's pulling up something that's long and black from the ground, almost looks like hair, and snipping it. Pulling it up and snipping it. Pulling it up and snipping it. And as you kind of like turn around and see her in full frame, her head turns around and looks directly at you. She does not look like she does not look like a normal woman with long hair sitting there creepily cutting things in the night.
I scream.
I stare at you as you're screaming because I know that's a bad idea. But I'm just like I'm frozen with.
Which I'm hoping goes off a few times.
All right. Let us do this as a comm check, which you are not doing well on.
I don't really want to be doing
calm. Be calm.
All right, go for it. Comm.
To manage to take a photo.
Yeah.
Roll it. 3.
All right.
It's a failure.
Yeah, I know.
This
I have
can
to
only
read
go
the
well.
consequences of the challenge. Oh wait, I already did that. This is the thing that's happening. So you're calm. Your anxiety goes up by 1.
Okay.
And you manage to take a picture of the creature as she screams runs at you with a pair of scissors, and then disappears behind the building.
My response is to get angry.
Your response is to get angry, like
Fucking shit!
So she's kind of behind the building, like the way I don't know if I'm describing this the way I'm picturing it is you guys looked around the corner of a building, saw her there, screamed, took the picture, and then she kind of moved in a way where she's now once again behind the building.
Oh, I thought she was gone. Oh, okay.
She could be. You don't see her anymore, and her presence is completely gone. Like there's no snipping sounds. There's no sounds of someone breathing behind the building. The building itself, we'll say, is a greenhouse, so it's partially see-through, and you don't see her.
All right. So okay. So she went behind the building. We don't see her. Okay. I am in a bit of a think on this one, as I really want to find Hikari now, but I don't want to die. So
that is a crucial conjunction.
I don't. Oh God, I don't know. Okay. Let me. All right, wait. Let me try and science this out and investigate this and see what I can find. So, who is after us?
Hold on. There's a lot going on here. So I'm sure this is all going on in that split second in your head. But I want to ask everybody what they're currently thinking. So first, let's do James. James, what's Megumi thinking right now?
I want to look at my camera. Like I'm not sure what I just saw was real. Like,
oh, okay.
I want to see if that really just happened.
Cool. What is? I don't let you guys all resolve this. What is Yuki doing? We also didn't discuss what Yuki's secret was out of game before we began. What is that, Yuki?
So all the other players are supposed to know the secret?
Yeah, I think so. I think it doesn't say that the secret is a secret.
I told on us, and that's why we're here.
Oh, that's a pretty good secret.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed James and Al's. Al lives in a kind of a broken family, a bad family, and
I got that.
James is a cheater. He doesn't know how to do anything, and he kind of it's all bravado.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't actually know how my camera works. I'm just taking pictures. They all could be terrible and useless.
All right, Yuki, what do you want to do in this situation? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? What are you hoping for?
Okay, so she ran off. Are we following the footprints in the snow?
This second, you're doing nothing. You were walking back into the building after falling off the roof in a failed attempt to find your friend. And this is the first thing you saw that feels supernatural. Like, clearly, this creature, this creepy woman that appeared. She just pretty much disappeared. And what do you think about that? What do you want to do?
I guess I want to stay calm and think rationally. I'd like to investigate more. Figure out.
You want to face her. You want to go see what that was and what could have been. Okay, cool. And Al, what were you gonna do?
I'm going to see who is after us. Like, try and figure out who is this person? What could this possibly be?
Another investigation. So it looks like you guys are going to where she was, where you saw her.
Yeah. We should probably also see what the hell she was pulling up out of the ground and snipping. All
right. Let us first do a... James, can you roll for... I'm going to test you on... I'm actually going to test you on caution.
Okay. I got a 5.
Okay, cool. So interesting. On a caution test, 5, you succeed. All right. So you take a picture, right? Almost, maybe even reflexively, of where she once was, like of the scene, and and then Yuki and Sakura go off to investigate what's happening. As they walk forward into this thing, you look down for the first time at what you've been capturing. And you noticed that the picture of the you've been taking pictures a lot randomly throughout the night. There's like 10 or 15 pictures already in the roll. So you've got the picture of the feet that are on the second floor roof. You got the picture that the feet are on the wall of the third floor. You got a picture of just pointing up when you were kind of covered, when you had just fallen on the snow. And in that picture, when you were falling in the snow that was just pointing straight up, you see that there's a shadowy figure hanging in the window of the room you were in.
Oh, no.
And then that was creepy enough. And as you keep flipping, you see a photo of a really unflattering photo of Sakura as she's up there trying to help you, like just awkward at an awkward angle. It was just on its own. And then the picture after that is a picture of the thing you saw in the snow with the scissors as it's about to turn away and run. And from the back of its feet in the picture, its feet are faced backwards.
So it really was walking forward. It just has backwards feet.
Oh, God.
I hope your character says that.
I does. He's just
Which also means it was walking on walls and it was on the top of the roof of the building and everything else.
Well, there's that too. That's just terrifying.
And your two friends are now walking towards where it was, assuming that it's no longer there because they can no longer see it standing there.
I'm going to scream, wait, stop.
I stop?
Why?
The two of you, you could choose to stop or not stop or try to turn this into like an investigation of your own. James's actions do not overarch yours. You tell me what you want to do at this point. Just because you've stopped doesn't mean you can't also kind of investigate. You just have to tell me narratively what you do.
I was going to still try and piece together or think of any information that we told that might have to do with something like this. So I'm just like, don't know. But yeah, I'm not moving any further down because I was asked politely not to.
You're not an outstanding student. So yeah, you can tell me what you're asking specifically, and we could determine how we would test that.
I mean, me or talking to James?
At this point, it's going to be Al or AJ. You also were just told stop. Like, what's going on? Like, think of this out as like a movie or a story. So you two were about to investigate. One person's action was to reveal that there's something amiss. Maybe James, you want to give a little bit more info than stop. And then what do the two of you want to do at this point? If I were controlling the characters, maybe I would want to look for the thing that's coming, or something like that.
I'm gonna wait because oh shit. I'm gonna do something else, I guess. Then I mean, since I'm sitting here, I'm gonna actually search for. I'm gonna search for a useful item because she was definitely pulling something out of the ground and snipping it. So I'm gonna search the ground where she was, as opposed to going where she ran off to.
Okay. Yuki, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure it's Hikari. Right? That's the name? Hikari is the person who's missing?
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm going to walk forward a little bit more and call out Hikari's name.
Oh, okay. Yuki, make a comm check. Comm test.
6.
All right, you got that. And And I'm just trying to find the appropriate test for you, Al.
Right.
Sakura. Make a caution test.
Oh, I got a 1.
Oh, bad. So whatever the punishment for caution is, I think it's okay, I got it. So I have to roll these 2, 3, and 5. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Yuki first. You are walking towards the snow, and when you do, you see in the you're calling for Hikari's name, and you see something blowing in the wind, and it's like this pink thing you see, which is like at first you think it's a piece of clothing or something like that. It's the first thing of color you notice, and when you pick it up, it is the detention slip write-up that was the report that you gave to the school you were in that told what happened. You're the only one who saw this, but you've got it, and it's out there. And you don't know who brought it, because you definitely did not.
No.
No.
That was funny to me, the two of you going, no. Yeah, and it's got the whole write-up. You've never seen it before. It's got the whole write-up of what you said originally, signed by you, and then it has a list of the parents who were informed of it, and all your parents were informed of it, including Hikari's parents. So it's possible that you don't know which one of the girls knows. Depends on whether or not the parents told. All right. On the other hand, we've got Sakura. Sakura, you failed your check, your caution check. So you are slowly moving towards the area where you last saw the creature, just sort of being very cautious. And then you notice that the things being pulled out of the snow and being cut are, in fact, long black hair. And you recognize the hair. It is Hikari's hair. So you can start. I mean, it's being pulled out of the ground. If you want to look for it, you're going to have to dig into the snow.
I'm going to start just like kind of frantically digging into the snow, like kind of like tears coming down my eyes, like, oh God, oh God.
All right, you guys see Sakura doing that. She's with her bare hands on her knees, digging in the snow, pulling up clumps of snow, and maybe you can notice a few clumps of hair here and there as well. James, on top of the building, you see you see some movement, and it is the scissor woman who had somehow gotten to the top of the building with one leap that you had not noticed before, crawling on the edges, about to leap to where Sakura is.
I am gonna put myself in between. I can't let it get Sakura, so I'm gonna run over and put myself in between it, and I'm gonna throw my camera up, and I'm hoping, because I feel like I remember the flash before, like,
sure.
Didn't like it, and I'm just gonna start snapping pictures to try and like keep it away.
All right. All right, so you rush forward. That's going to be a breath check.
Okie doke. Roll it. 5.
Okay. So you're running forward and you're flashing your camera because, again, you have some reason to believe that this might help. And the whiteness of her skin is so stark in the light outside, in the ocean of snow and the moonlight and the stale flash going off in its face. And it turns around and looks directly at you, and it bares its teeth, which seem like little scissor blades. And It crawls up the side of the building in a few steady leaps and up to the roof of the highest part of the mansion, and then disappears on the other side of the building. And you all see this thing do that.
Okay. So I at this point am kind of panting, and I have like clumps of snow and hair in my hand, and I don't know quite what to do other than all I know is that I want to get up and I want to run. I don't know where I want to run to, but I don't want to be here.
You do through the process of digging, you do find like an old cellar door out in the middle of the field. It was right next to that greenhouse, so it might be where it might be like the gate to a root cellar. It seems as if the hair was coming out of that door.
I'm trying to get the door open as best as I can.
It is
Why
locked.
are we going in this door?
Because I don't want to be out here. I do not want to be out here. I don't want to go in the building where it clearly Have you not seen Night of the Living Dead? Cellar. It worked. We're doing it.
Yuki, you've been standing there with the pink detention slip. What's happening?
First off, I'm putting a detention slip in my pocket.
Okay.
Secondly,
Not telling anybody about this. No, sir.
Nope.
No,
Secondly, I'm
sir.
wondering where the adults are. Because I think I need an adult.
They would, if anywhere, they'd be in the mansion. You were told that they would leave, and the next day people were coming back, but it's possible. I mean, there has to be an adult there.
We shouldn't be alone. There should be an adult here somewhere.
Well, there
Right?
should be. Doesn't mean there is.
But there,
So right
there
now,
should be.
Sakura is trying to open up this root cellar. Yuki is trying to convince people to go back into the mansion. Megumi, what are you doing?
I think I'm with Yuki. I think I kind of yell at Sakura, and I'm like, "Come on, we should go back."
No, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. You know, you could. I am like frantic at this point. Like, no, I'm getting into this freaking cellar. They're hardcore.
Can I force her?
I think you can. I think this is a comm test.
Right.
You're
Depending
gonna
on the
need
way you
to
do it.
calm.
What do you want to get out of this?
I want Sakura to come back inside.
Okay. Sakura, you are a player character. There's no player versus player rules in this, but I would
Right.
suppose who gets the best test makes sense.
Well, I mean, they're just trying to calm me down. So, I mean, if they succeed in calming me, I feel like I'm calm at that point. I'm open to rational thought and decisions.
Right, but
Yeah.
that might not necessarily mean you come back inside. You might want to convince them, I assume, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So if
All right.
if you want to do that, I think that might be it might be a. Is it another comm test, or do you think this is a caution test,
I think this is calm because I think.
or even haste? It could be haste if you're like, we gotta hurry. Yeah, it's haste. You want to just? I will come inside if you just let me check this door.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do haste. All right, James, do your comm check. What happened?
6.
Okay. So you get what you want. Yeah, you could be rationalize. You could rationalize what's going on here. Calm down, Sakura, and Sakura, do your haste check.
All right. I got a 5.
All right. So we'll leave it up, pure role playing, whatever you guys want to do, but actually role play out the calming and the pleading for.
Yeah.
for
So I'm like, we have to get in here. Just get away. We have to get away somewhere else, anywhere else. James.
Sorry, I got a text. I just
Okay, sorry.
You want to get away from the house, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta go anywhere else. I'm like trying to get in the cellar because fuck it, and you know.
calm down. It's okay. If we just take a breath, we will be okay. We don't have to go back to the mansion, but maybe running into the cellar when we know nothing about it or what's down there or know that there's only one way out. We don't know how this thing gets places. Isn't necessarily.
There's only one way out of it.
We see how the thing gets places. It decides to go to a place, and it just goes there.
Which is why maybe the cellar isn't so good idea.
What is safe then? Where can we go that the thing can't? If the thing wants to be here with us, it would be here with us. It's not pursuing us, it's leading us.
That's insightful.
That's very insightful, actually. I kind of, I'm like, you're probably not wrong, actually. Well, is it leading us here then? Like I look back towards the cellar, like not suspiciously, but more like, now I'm like, are we supposed to go there? Are we gonna find something there?
Do you want to stand around and wait for it to tell us what to do, or do you want to act like a person and do what you want to do?
It's a pretty good point. All right. I'm thinking about checking out that cellar.
All right. At this point, actually, do me a count off of what your current, everyone's current anxiety and fatigue.
I only have one anxiety, no fatigue.
I have one fatigue and no anxiety.
I have one anxiety and no fatigue.
All right. All right, you guys are doing pretty good, right? You think you're doing good?
Yeah, I think
All
so
right.
too.
You want to open up that door, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what it takes. Wow. All right. Oh, and let me also roll this one. Well, new number.
We just lose James?
Did we? Did he drop out?
we?
No.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna take this time to use the restroom then. While he's
All right.
I'm going to hang out with Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
Sorry, I just had to reach over something, and I didn't want to give you a shot in my crotch while I did it.
All right. Al instead decided to give everyone a shot of his crotch and go to the bathroom. All right. So at this point, let's actually, while Sakura is working on the door, the two of you, would you like to do some role playing with one another? Investigate some stuff.
Sure. I don't know. Sakura's working on the door. You know what? I'm gonna ask Yuki if she's okay. We didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her after the fall. Everything went straight into this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna thank her for trying to, thank you for trying to save me, to grab me.
It's what you do.
You don't have to. I mean, we weren't always nice to Hikari.
Hikari, yes. That's
I prefer to believe that you don't remember her name. Your character doesn't.
We weren't always nice to Hikari. We weren't always nice to Hikari. You don't always have to be nice to other people.
Helping someone who's falling out a window isn't nice. It's just what you're supposed to do.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. What kind of pictures have you been taking?
I take out my camera and show her the pictures.
Yeah. You are going to give me. Well, do you want to get anything out of this? I know you don't necessarily think you did. You didn't say that, but you could try to get something out of this.
Yeah, definitely some sort of investigation, noticing something that maybe wasn't there before or that I didn't see before.
All right, good. Let me roll.
Nice crotch.
Oh, sorry.
All right, sounds good. So you take out your camera, make a. Since you are kind of in a rush, make a haste check.
1.
Good.
We're doing great.
Clock moves. So you take it out, and the first thing that happens is you reach for the delete button without really realizing what you're doing because you're not really good with this thing. And you hit delete, and you're about to confirm delete all of all the pictures. When Yuki, you notice that she's about to do that.
No.
You didn't think they were good?
Well, no, they're fine. I mean, not my best work, of course.
They don't have to be your best work, but you'll only get better by taking more.
What? I don't need to get better, Yuki. Haven't you seen all my awards? I'm the head of photography club. I'm very good at this.
Okay.
I'm very good at this.
Sakura, you don't know how to get out of this menu. The camera's going to be useless unless you figure that out.
You mean me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Megumi.
Yeah.
Can I help her?
You definitely can.
All right.
How are you going to navigate this social quagmire?
I'd like to, I think this is a calm thing to not hit the wrong button.
We'll say that you definitely know how to do this because it's not complicated.
No.
What I'm really doing here is that the consequences of hastily trying to do this brought up Megumi's sinful past, right? Her sinful secret.
Okay.
Now up. How are you going to sort of navigate this without saying, how do you not know how to use a camera? You're president of a photography club.
Oh. So how am I going to ask her for the camera without acting like she's an idiot?
You don't have. You could be mean about it. You could be nice about it. I'm literally asking you how you're doing it. I'm not suggesting you have to have a certain end game.
No, I'm not. I'm neutral about it. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
It's just like I will literally just say, "Well, don't you just click the click wheel backwards to get out of this menu? You turn the wheel. It's a Canon Rebel. It has the little wheel on it. You got.
Of course, I know that, Yuki.
Okay.
Click the wheel backwards.
You're doing you're zooming in instead. You're using the wheel that is the lens. It's pretty obvious now for all the girls.
Yep, pretty obvious.
I'm still gonna pretend I know what I'm doing until somebody calls me out.
Okay. I'm just sitting here like, okay.
You're letting evidence get deleted just so that you don't have to face.
I'm angry.
I'm angry.
All right.
I'm quiet.
All right.
Oh God, this will never end.
Can I look at them at least?
Yeah, of course. I hand it to her.
I hit the back button.
Okay, you do. And you're out of the delete menu, and now you see a series of pictures that take place moments before she took those pictures. So
okay. Neat.
Let me make sure that let me check one thing about your character. Oh, your anxiety is what, a 1? Oh, your
My
fatigue is a
anxiety
1. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I can't get any anxiety until I start failing some comm checks.
Okay, you're too calm for this job.
You're too calm for this.
Yeah, all right. This is super socially awkward. Yeah, and you're a recluse. You don't want to get involved in any of this. Make a comm check.
Oh God, I pass. I am never going to use my power, but I do succeed in this comm check.
Okay.
And I rolled a 6.
We're going to go with need for help, which means you narrate. All right, so there's a character who needs help, and that would be Megumi. And
Yep.
you get out of the menu. It's very awkward, but you just, you don't react to it, so it doesn't seem awkward. You see some pictures that for a minute look like they took place a full minute before the camera was taken out to take a picture. But then you kind of shake your head and realize that you must have just taken a really bad fall, because obviously you don't have a picture of Hikari being pulled out of her bed, because you didn't take pictures of the bed until it was already empty.
Yeah.
Of course. Why would we have pictures of that?
Right. And you check, and there is no pictures of that. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Picture of that? Picture of that?
Say that one more time.
Did I think
Yes.
I saw a picture of that?
You think you saw a picture of her being pulled out of the bed, but it's just your imagination. You go back in the reel, and it's not there.
Okay.
So you are attempting to break into the door, Sakura. So that will be a breath check.
Okay.
Oh wait, we've already determined this. It's hard to break in. You need some sort of you're going to need something to get into the door.
Okay. So I'm going to go start searching for a useful item then.
Yeah.
So I want to open up whatever I was going to open up this door. So I guess is that a haste check or a caution check or?
You're just going to look around aimlessly in the backyard or in the.
Yeah, I'm just going to look around the door.
All right. Yeah, that's a haste check.
Okay. Yep, I got a 1 again.
All right. You find a board, one of the pieces of a board that I said fell off at the side of the building, and maybe you can use that to pry open the door.
Okay, I do so.
All right, so you put it in the ledge, and you start pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling, and this is me stalling so I could determine something. No, we don't really need that one. That's just silly right at this point. But all right. You could hear moaning coming from the basement, like desperate pleas and whimpering. And it just
Hikari, obviously.
Yeah.
You remembered her name.
The door cracks open, the lock flies out, and you opened it up, and you could hear just frantic sobbing.
I run down there unless someone stops me?
No?
Okay, I run down there because I hear the frantic sobbing and I want to get to whoever's down there.
All right, you do so.
Follow quickly after, I guess. If, somebody's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I hobble up the rear.
All right. As you're going down the stairs, it's like this root cellar, but it goes down quite a distance and goes across for quite a distance. There you hear disgusting sobbing, just like it's more guttural down here. It's hard to know, like, it doesn't sound like a human anymore. It did sound like it could have been your friend or your classmate before, but once you're in here, there's something about the echoing of the root cellar makes it sound deep and disgusting.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm still bolting, trying to find. I mean, it's like it sounds inhuman, but it could still be Hikari, and maybe they're doing something to her. And oh God, I have to stop this.
What's your specific question?
My specific question
Or
is...
you're searching specifically for a person. You want to find Hikari.
I want to go and... I'm searching for Hikari, so I want to free Hikari. That's what I'm doing right now.
This feels like the way you keep describing it, it feels like haste to me.
Yeah.
So haste check.
Jesus. 3.
Okay. Before I resolve this, you guys are the other two, Yuki and Megumi, are seeing Sakura just running in there looking for things. Are you also doing that, or are you doing something else, taking some other kind of action?
No, I don't know if I'm gonna run in there. Like, this seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna... You said we hear the...
Yeah, you hear guttural moaning.
Down at the bottom of the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to take a picture so we can use the flash to see.
Okay. Sounds good. Give me one.
Concerned
I'll resolve a
about
couple
going to
things. Yuki, do you want to do something?
I'd like to get my bearings. I'm going to look for lights. I'm just going to try to get an actual lay of the land before rushing in.
Okay. You can check for comm.
All right.
I think that's a check for comm for you too, James, because you're trying to investigate. You're trying to, yeah.
3.
Okay, raise your anxiety if you do not succeed. What about you, AJ?
5.
The calmest kid around. All right, cool. I'm just resolving a few things, just making sure. Wow, I keep doing the same thing. All right, so as Sakura is running through the hallway, you two are kind of holding back a little bit. You're taking pictures to try to bring some light into the situation, and you are just trying to, Yuki's just very carefully looking through everything. The first thing that happens is Sakura, you feel something strange on the ground, as if there's a small earthquake. You could feel like the ground shifting and moving strangely. And when you look down in one of the flashes of Megumi's camera, you see a carpet of vermin, of rats, crawling this way, like across from you, and you're immediately horrified by the situation. It's just, this place is just infested, where it's just like a carpet of rats everywhere. And you two, Megumi, see this as like a wave of rats come at you, and it's absolutely revolting. Yuki, for whatever reason, you're okay with it. I mean, it's just rats.
Yeah, they're not looking for us. They want to get out.
Yeah, the flash scared them away. It's not bothering you, so you're pretty chill about the entire thing. Sakura, you notice. Yeah, I'm okay. Sakura, you notice that a few of the rats at your feet are mangled. They're like cut in half, as if they've been eating each other. There's like a couple of fresh rat corpses all along the floor. Yuki, I guess partly just closing your eyes to the whole grossness that's happening and crawling over your feet. I'm not Yuki, I'm sorry. Megumi, you're just sort of like concentrating on your camera, and in the background of the photo you took, that was, again, another unflattering picture of Sakura, who really is the Barb of this game, if you want to look at it. There's another unflattering picture of her in the background, but behind her is a looming shadow.
Oh, no.
I point and scream, "What's that?"
And
really?
Sakura turned around, and in the darkness, chewing on a rat, is this hulking monster chained by the neck to the floor. He is 7 feet tall. If you were able to stand erect, it looks like he has been chained down here for possibly months, if not years. He's broken. His limbs are gnarled. His eyes are swollen shut. If he is human, he is barely human. And he's just pulling a rat out of his mouth as if like the tails aren't that delicious. So he's pulling it out. And you opening the doors and flashing the lights just let all the rats out.
Well.
All right, I'm done. Whoa, holy crap, no.
Well, I'm done. Everybody can do whatever they want. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Woo-hoo.
I thought this would be a safe place. Wow, I was wrong. Holy crackers.
He's chained to the wall?
He is chained to the floor, yeah.
Okay.
So what are each of you doing?
I'm
AJ, you first.
backing away.
AJ's first. What are you doing?
I'm going to... He looks up and notices us?
Yes.
I say hello?
Hello, hello?
That is a comm check.
Ha! No. No, no, no. No, no, I am not calm. Super.
I am not calm.
Super not calm.
This was the limit break. I'm trying to figure out which one. Wow, that's really cool. Of the two things I rolled, one is perfectly situated. You, in your super calm voice that you've been using this entire time, you know, you're really collected despite falling off a roof or off a building. You say hello, and the creature just immediately pulls at the chain that's locking him, chaining him down, and just swings randomly. Possibly he's blind or just full of blind rage, and it just screams, its mouth distends, and it just like barfs up this wretched smell from the things it's been eating for God knows how long.
Oh God.
Nope. Nope, this is
you
bad.
hear a voice in the back of your head, Yuki, that says, "Run, run now. It's too late for her."
Her?
You don't hear this.
That was just James.
Yeah, that was just me going, her? Oh, God.
But I booked it.
I don't even know if I noticed you saying that. I'm really taken aback. I'm stepping back very quickly to try and leave.
Next, James, what are you doing?
I'm also leaving.
All right, so you're gonna run. Make a haste check.
Both of us or just him?
Whoever's running, if you've decided you're gonna run too, then make a haste check.
Yeah, run. Let me roll a
Google
haste.
is giving me a 3.
Oh, thank God! I finally got a 5.
Okay. Give me one thing I want to check. Oh, so you did get a 5. Let me take that back then.
I got a 3. I got the same.
Okay, so you two are kind of panicked in there, like you're running, but it's a panicky run. Sakura, you did well, so you can get them out without moving the clock forward. Just like be a cooler way of escaping.
As opposed to a calmer way of doing it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just going to take Megumi by like the hand, and we're just gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm sure their eyes are still fixated on what they're looking at, and they're freaking out, and like her. And I'm not even paying attention to what they're confused about. I'm just like, all right, we're going. AJ says he's gonna BRB.
Okay. All right. So as the room, the root cellar, the dungeon smells more and more like rotten, festering rodent parts, and you can hear the whimpering of a young girl slightly in the background underneath the guttural moaning of this thing that's screaming now. when it stopped moaning and started screaming, you could hear the moaning back. The human moan. You can back out of the place, and it's battling against the chain around its neck, but it hasn't broken it yet, and you can leave.
Oh, we're just leaving it, and I don't know what to do besides, like, we could book it into the woods and see how far we get. We can't going back in the house and in the mansion might be a good idea. I don't really think so.
Not book it.
Yeah, booking it. All right, we're booking it. We're just straight up booking. We're like, no, not going back in there. We're not going there. We're gonna take our chances in the woods and just see if we hit civilization by morning. Because that worked so well for any time anyone ever did that. Blair Witch Project, everyone turned out fine, right? That's how that ended?
All right. So...
And I don't think I don't think this is haste, because we're all calm at this point. We're not like haste little. We're like, no, we're going to the woods, and we're going to zigzag our tracks. We're going to make sure whatever doesn't follow us.
You're attempting to run away.
Yeah, we're just, fuck it, done, go. None of this.
No one want to be here.
All right, let me take a look at this. I feel like I read to you folks a scenario when everyone chooses to run away.
Oh.
Didn't I do that? Or it feels like that's something in there.
But it was like a possible thing you could do that like didn't necessarily have terrible consequences.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that we aren't just skipping over that to try to make more challenges. And when there's no time left in the clock, okay. I know that you can take a break. If you take a break, you find a quiet place. You may advance the clock of fate up to 3 segments and reduce all the fatigue and anxiety in reduce all girls' fatigue.
I think we've been unfortunately jacking up the clock too much. So even if we reduce our anxiety and our fatigue, I don't think it's going to help us very much. I don't think we've done enough yet.
Either. Right? We only have one each. You know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I must have. I may have just imagined that.
Maybe.
But doesn't it sound familiar, James? You just agreed with me.
It does. You totally described a thing.
Yeah, where you can actually skip. I guess it was just the rest. Like if you rest at the wrong point, you could end up hurting yourself. There's got to be a thing. There's definitely a thing where everybody runs away.
Travel to other zone, unless you have a shortcut map or a key.
All right, I'll give this another second if I can't.
If all girls decide to run away and abandon everything, mark all remaining segments in the clock of fate.
Where was that? What page?
That's in travel to other zone.
Travel to other zones. Oh, right there.
Yep.
Okay, so we could theoretically end at this point. If we could also do it so that we there's more scenes and more conflict. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys get to the woods and then like literally run? That's it. I'm done. Or are you gonna still investigate when you're in the woods? Either way works fine for the game. But let me know what you're thinking. So right now you succeeded the haste thing to get out of dungeon zone into woods zone. Right? You effectively did. The zones are really close in our scenario.
Right.
Because woods were right outside with the greenhouse and outside the grounds of the mansion. So you already succeeded in that, if for only because Sakura was the one who got a 5 and pulled everyone else out with them. So your choice now would be to investigate further as you're leaving in the woods. Or if you're choosing not to do any actions, there's nothing I can do. So it means you've run away.
I think we're choosing I think out in game we're choosing to run away, but out of game we're choosing just to go to the woods.
Oh, that's what Al thinks. What about AJ and James?
I mean, I feel like we could totally. Like, I also could totally just run away. I don't know. I could keep playing for a little bit longer, or I could see how this terrible thing ends.
James, well, we find an ending. There's an ending scenario no matter what. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
So, AJ, you're the tiebreaker. Do you think you're running away, or are you going to keep looking around?
We are going to flee until we come to our senses, and then we're going to look around. Because right now we're scared shitless of this thing that's chained in the basement. So we're running away from that because we're literally schoolgirls.
So you're in the woods now. Who's the first person? Oh, well, I guess it's either going to be Al or AJ. I think AJ, you should probably be the first person. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'll be the first person to catch their breath and look around. I feel like we're all just gonna run into the woods and be out of breath.
Okay.
And then I'll be the one like just calmly looking around as if like I want to know where we are and where we should go to from here. Because there's no clues that led us here. It's clearly it's just instinct.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah. All right.
We don't have a reason to be here yet.
You're in the woods. You've been running for quite a while. And you're panting now, and you look up and you see Hikari. So bad. Hikari. You look up and see Hikari. And she's standing there, and she looks like she's crying, standing there in the woods next to a tree. And her hand is on the tree where there's snow, and there's no imprint on the snow. Like she's leaning on the tree as if she's sort of like just needing support. Her hair is a mess. It's all cut off, and her body is covered in scratches.
Jesus.
And she turns around and looks directly at you, Yuki, and she screams, but when she screams, like nothing, no sound comes out of her mouth.
That's terrifying.
I reach out to her and I call her name.
Okay, so you're attempting to make contact with her. Make me a comm check.
No.
Okay, raise your anxiety. Remember, when you fail, you succeed, but it's just it gets more tense.
Yep. My anxiety is now +2.
She screams, and you don't hear anything. And then as she's sitting there looking at you, weeping, she says, "You need to run. You can't stay here. I'm in great danger." You hear a voice in your head saying, you hear this voice in your head saying, "You need to run. It's too late for her. It's too late for me. You have to go. It's too late." Her face, all she's doing is like shaking her head no. She's kind of like weeping. Her mouth isn't moving to the sounds that are in your head. But that's what the voice is saying. You know what I mean? It's almost like you've got dubbing that's completely not matching her facial expression or anything her lips are doing.
Okay.
You have to leave. It's too late for her. It's too late for me. You have to leave. And she sort of like crosses her fingers and does this.
She's pleading. I will approach. I'm going to walk over to her.
I'm going to do the exact opposite thing that was suggested.
Yeah, you two see her walking towards a tree.
I don't necessarily stop her. Maybe she sees something there. I patiently see what happens.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be like, what's up? I'm going to be like, do you see something? Like, try to get her attention.
All right. Yuki, go ahead. Role play.
I'm going to completely ignore the both of them. And just...
It's a little creepy.
I'm just going to keep walking towards the tree. And I'm going to ask, where are you?
Okay.
Do we hear her talking?
Does anybody else want to do anything?
Yeah, maybe I will actually. Let me see.
All right.
I'm gonna figure out.
Too much stalling. We have to resolve
I'm sorry.
AJ's
I'm gonna
thing.
try to figure out. I'm gonna try and figure out where we are. Like I'm gonna just try and make heads or tails of where we're at.
All right. I was assuming somebody was. Hold on.
I'm gonna go after Yuki. I'm gonna stop her, or like put my hand on her shoulder or something.
Okay.
I want to like snap her out of it. Like she clearly looks like she's taken away by something. I want to help with that.
Okay. So one thing at a time. This call kind of happens at once.
Yeah.
Sakura, you are trying to get your bearing and where you are. You could see that you're deep in the woods. You could see the mansion in the distance, not too far away. And as you look deeper in the woods, it seems like the woods are getting thicker and more terrifying and more impossible to traverse. You are not dressed in the appropriate clothing. You have nothing protecting your shins. This is bad situation for a school girl. I gave you all this without actually asking you to check your caution.
5.
All right.
I mean, it's still
Okay, so yeah, you know what you need to do. You're running through scenarios in your head on how to protect yourself for like traveling in the deep woods. You can do stuff, but you need a few minutes to calm down and gather your things and gather your thoughts. James, you are trying to reach out to help. Was that what you were doing? Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, you were trying to reach out to help, and I rolled. What did I roll for you? Okay. As you like kind of reach out your hands to sort of touch Yuki and try to calm her down, you notice something stuffed in one of her pockets. It's bright and pink. You can't help but you see your mother's name on it.
I reach out and grab that piece of paper.
And you've got it. And it is the slip. It is the detention slip that has a report on it. You just see like a couple of flashes really quickly of your parents' names and everybody else's last names and a write-up of what happened. This is the report that whoever tattled you wrote this up maybe, but it's really quick because of, like I said, these 3 actions are going to resolve at the same time. Yuki, you were first. You went forward in an attempt to reach out to Hikira, or the specter that might be Hikari, I'm sorry. And you ask, where are you, right?
Yep.
And the voice says, Hikari's shaking her head no, and the voice says, I'm up here.
Okay.
And when you look up, you see the scissor woman on the top of a tree looking down at you.
That's not good.
Nope.
That is actually bad.
It is. It is in fact bad.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
What are you folks doing?
Oh boy.
We all see the monster.
Well, Yuki, what's your reaction?
I'm actually a little pissed.
I'm actually kind of pissed.
What?
I'm gonna yell, "You give her back!"
Oh,
which will draw everyone else's attention to her.
You give her back to the canopy, so you could all look up and see this.
Yeah. Look up. See the monster.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab Yuki to try to pull her away.
Okay.
You gotta roll, right?
Yes. Roll a. You're trying to get away with her?
Yeah.
Roll a haste.
I got a 4.
Okay. Yuki, are you going willingly or not?
Unwillingly.
All right. when Megumi puts her hand on your shoulder and starts to drag you away, clutched in her hand is that pink slip. You could see it in her hand now. Whether or not that's significant to you at this moment is your decision, but you know that your dirty secret is in her hand, effectively. Sakura, what are you doing?
Do I notice the creature really? Because I know that they're talking.
You do.
What's that? I'm sorry?
You notice, yes.
Okay. I think I'm just trying. I'm gonna actually look for where Megumi's camera is, because that's worked in the past. Why not use it now?
It's around her neck.
I'm gonna try and get it off from her neck so I can use it.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
I'm like, just give it to me. I'll take a picture. F it.
This is a caution.
All right.
Choked.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. I dropped my die. Where'd it go?
All of you roll for caution, by the way.
Crap. Sorry. It fell. I gotta find it. Damn it.
Do you have another die you can use temporarily?
Yeah, let me see. Hold on, I might have another one.
You two, what did you roll? Caution.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Do I have another D6? Shit, no, I don't have another D6. I have 2 D20s and 2 D. Oh, there it is. All right, hold on. Here we go. I got a 1.
Okay. And James? James?
I got a 2.
All right, so everybody failed.
Yay!
Good.
Very much.
We failed pretty hard on that one.
So you're grabbing and you're kind of wrestling for the camera and wrestling to get Yuki out of the forest and running down the side of the the side of the tree is the scissor woman with scissors drawn out.
Oh
boy. Make a calm action to face her.
One.
I passed.
2.
One, 2, and what is Jane? What is AJ?
6.
Because I'm not looking at the camera all the time. I'm reading. All right.
6.
So 1 and 2s, you have to go up for with your anxiety.
Anxiety?
Yeah.
So my anxiety's up to 2 at this point.
3.
3. Okay. So you can all face her, but at the end of this, Megumi, you're going to fall down unconscious, and you're going to be taken. So what do you want to do? We'll start with the bravest of you. Yuki, you're standing strong. What do you want to do?
I'm going to hit her with a tree branch.
Okay, cool. You do so, and because this is a result of this is a result of the calm action. So you successfully do so. But what do you want to get out of this?
I want to prove that Hikari is not beyond hope. I feel like the voices I've been hearing aren't actually her. I think there's a chance that we can save her, and I want to know how.
Okay, you hit her with the tree branch, and the thing in your head, which feels like the voice of the scissor woman now, she looks at you, and you'll never save the girl. Which confirms for you that she is savable.
Yeah.
All right, and now Sakura, what are you doing?
All right, so we saw Megumi's taken. Like, she's gone. Like, is James out of the game?
That's
going
to happen at the end of the action. What do you want to do to stand up to her?
I'm going to take another photo because I still have the I'm still holding the camera.
Do not succeed in having the camera. That
I didn't succeed in having the camera. Okay. Then, all right, so I'm here with a tree branch. I'm going to grab the needle out of my bag and stab her with it.
Okay.
2.
Well, there's no rolling there. You stab her with the needle.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you, and what do you want to get out of this?
I just want her to go away. I'm trying to get her to go, let go of our friend, get out of here.
All right, you put the needle in her, and she runs off with her scissor hands carrying Megumi, heading back towards the mansion, the dungeon, etc.
Okay, I'm crying really badly right now. I'm exhausted, and one of our friends is gone, and it's all my fault. And Jesus, I don't know what to do. Holy crap! I just look over at Yuki, and I guess I'm just like, what are we gonna do? Oh my god! They're dead!
Yuki throws the branch on the ground and says, "We're gonna go get her back."
Yeah. Rescue point.
Yeah!
All right, James, Megumi wakes up in the dungeon. You do not have your camera anymore. That's interesting.
Is it?
Because
Alphonse
there is a
grabbed part of
narration.
your personality.
You lose the camera probably because of the tussle with you know what? Yeah, you lost the camera with the tussle with Sakura, but I don't think he got it. I think it landed in the snow and it's probably broken as of now. If he had succeeded in his calm, then yeah, he would have gotten it, but no. All right, cool. So you don't have your camera, you don't have anything, but your anxiety level has reset to 1. And you are you kind of wake up and yeah, tell me what you want to do.
Am I chained or constrained in any way, or am I okay?
You are not chained. You're in right now you're in a locked dark room. You should investigate probably. Ask me some of those specific questions.
Okay, so I'm going to start to look around the room. I'm going to see, are there any exits? Are there any locked doors? Is there any food? How am I going to survive in this room? How am I going to get out of this room?
All right. Now, are you going to I'm assuming you're doing this cautiously?
Yes, very.
All right. So let's do a test for caution.
6.
Okay. I should have rolled that first. I keep forgetting to roll first. All right. You hear whimpering as you're cautiously looking around. It seems like you're in a dark room. It feels like the root cellar. It's the same smell, right? There's a door separating you from probably outside, or at least the whole way of the root cellar where the creature is chained up. But you hear whimpering in the room with you, in the dark room with you.
I'm going to look for the source of the whimpering. Maybe another prisoner.
You're going to go feel around, and you feel like this head that's got very short hair, but it's ragged short hair. And there's soft whimpering from this person.
Are you okay?
No. It's Hikari.
Hikari! You're okay!
Yeah, she's fine. She's having
That should be another caution check.
Another what?
That should be another caution check, but we're not going to do that. What do you want to? Yeah, tell me what you want to call. You tell me your actions.
Well, now I want to see if Hikari's actually okay. I want to look her over. Is she hurt that badly? Is she going to be all right? How can I help her?
Okay. When you say Hikari's name really loud, you could hear moaning from the other side of the door. And the creature is actually first roll caution.
Roll caution. Roll it. 1.
Okay. Oh, that's bad. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hear moaning from the other side of the door. It's actually screaming that whatever it is woke up when you said her name. And it startles you for a moment and startles her for a second as well. As your eyes get more accustomed to the darkness, you see that she's intact, but she is severely cut from what seems like a bunch of scissors running across her body and cutting her hair. You have a few of those cuts as well. They're not as deep as hers. It's as if she's been accumulating them over time. Some of these cuts seem to have healed as if they were old.
Interesting. I don't know. What do I do now that I failed this thing?
I mean, failing just means stats move and clocks move. You can still keep doing actions until you've done enough.
I'm going to say we need to get out of here.
How?
We're going to find a way out. I'm going to start looking. You said there's a door, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go over to the door. Is it locked?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hold on. It is not locked. As you begin to open the door a little bit just to check to see if it's unlocked, you could feel like it's giving, as if it's just there's no latch to this door whatsoever. And then you could feel the brute on the other side of the door, and you know that's how it's locked. If the door is open, it's going to get you.
Okay, I'm going to look for a weapon. Is there anything in here that I can use as a weapon? Right? I am angry, Frank. This thing has taken me, and I am angry. I can fight it.
Okay, make a breath check.
Five.
All right. You look around the root cellar for a while, and you see a dull club. It looks as if somebody had been bashing the skulls of rats with it for a while. And it's just sort of sitting there in the corner, almost disused and forgotten. It might be strong enough to, if you get one good hit out of it, it might help. Hikari says, "What are you going to do? This isn't softball. You can't just strike it with your bat and hope it gets knocked out. We're going to die in here."
I said, no, we are not going to die in here. This is the last place I am going to die.
What a
I like that line. I'm not going to lie. It's a good line. This is the last place I'm going to die.
That's how dying works. All right. So, are you trying to get anything out of that? You're trying to encourage her to leave with you? What are you trying to do?
Encourage her to leave with me.
All right. Make a comm check for that.
Hang on. Comm check. Roll it. 4.
Okay. This is going to be awkward as hell. But she stands up, she nods, and then she looks at the way you're holding the club. She goes, "You might want to hold it with 2 hands. Like this and this."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come on.
She just sort of shakes. She shakes her head at you like she can't believe you're still holding on to this, and she collapses down again. It's not as if it's the worst thing that's happened to her, but it's just like the straw that broke the camel's back. She can't believe you're doing this. We can't do this. You don't know what you're doing. You're just bullshitting like always.
Anger? What? Did we ever decide what she was bullying us about?
No.
No.
How do I make this interesting?
Just do it. Just go. Let's see what happens. Don't plan it out too much. Let's just go.
Bullshitting.
Yep.
Bullshitting. You know, maybe we wouldn't be in this goddamn mess if you had stuck to the plan and stayed away from Yuki.
I never did anything to her.
No, but you sure scared the shit out of her, didn't you?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I didn't plan this out. I'm not sure what I meant.
I didn't go as far ahead. I'm just blaming you for stuff.
Well, fill it in. Just say what she did. I feel weird about taking over and just like narrating what happened. But that you're a player, so you can, I guess.
Yeah. Look, it was fine that you were going to do pranks. Yuki's different. It's reserved. It's not fair. You're not supposed to, like, scare a scared kid.
It's one thing to be upset with me, but what you three girls did was too much. You ruined me at that school.
It wasn't supposed to be like that. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. We weren't supposed to get in trouble. None of us.
Which reminds you, you have a little slip of paper in your pocket.
I reach for the paper, and I look at it. Because I didn't get to take a really good look at it before.
You could barely make it out. You really can't read what's going on very closely. There's only like whatever you could barely squint through and see. But there's something about the paper that creeps you out, bothers you, makes you really angry. It's like a reminder of your past embarrassment. Do you have, you wouldn't have matches, you don't have any of your equipment or anything like that now. But it's just, it aggravates you and reminds you of how stupid it is that you guys are down here and going through all this. You know, it wasn't until after your little gang of misfits decided to strike back at me completely disproportionately that my problems really started. I would never be like this now. And she sort of covers up her arms. I would never be like this now if it wasn't for what you did. Maybe I made fun of you a little. Maybe I pranked you a little bit. Maybe I saw through your bullshit. But you deliberately attempted to destroy my life. And if I had gone through with what I was planning on doing before they kicked me out, I wouldn't be here right now. Be killed in a goddamn root cellar. I would have chosen how to check my own ticket out.
Well,
I'm going to try another rally. Right? I'm going to try another, well, this isn't going to be our goddamn ticket out. Grabbing the bat with two hands.
All right. I think this is a breath check.
Well, and I'm going to emphasize it with no more bullshit. You've seen this thing. Tell me what to do. Right? Some kind of like
information. Okay. In that case,
because I'm not trying to make it up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sneak it from other people. I'm legitimately like I'm asking for help.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a calm. You're trying to figure this out and think your way through it.
Yep.
All right, calm check.
Calm check. Calm, I'm the calmest. Calmest, I'm the calmest. I am 5. I'm not the calmest, but I'm fairly calm.
She takes out a lighter and strikes. She opens the lighter and actually lights a cigarette. And she takes a long drag on it. And she goes, "How the hell would I know how to get out of here?" When she does that, there's a little bit of light, and you realize you have a light source. You also have a flame source, so maybe that will help.
All right. I look around for something to light on fire?
You've got that piece of paper in your pocket.
All right. I light the paper.
All right. You light the corner of the paper. As it begins to burn, there's enough light in the room where you can read it, and you've discovered what Yuki has done.
Like, I want to get angry, but I got to focus.
And the evidence just burned up before your eyes, but it's catching fire to the things as well. Maybe make a composure check. Comp.
Composure. Where's my dice tab? 3.
Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You succeed, but the 2 and 3. What is the? Oh, good. Something blocks the way. Okay, cool. So, the fire starts, and you're like, your fire is burning. You're thinking of revenge against Yuki. You can't believe this happened, but you're going to be prepared. The fire begins to spread, and as you get enough like burning debris near you, you open up the door, and you're about ready to baseball bat or club your way out. You do so. The creature's standing there before you, and you just wallop it in its head, and you grab Hikari and run towards the root cellar doors, which are locked. All right, so you two, Sakuri and Yuki.
Meanwhile, at the exact same place.
Yeah, you guys are heading back towards the root cellar, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
What do you want to do? What are your actions?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to like weaponize anything that I actually have in my inventory.
Why don't the two of you make me haste checks to determine how quickly you make it back?
Oh wait, should I have a knife? Oh my god. Okay. Wow. I can't. Jesus. All right.
I don't make it back very well. I'm hobbling. My leg is hurt.
What did you get, Al?
A 4. I got a 4.
All right. So, I mean, you guys do make it back, but the clock is moving forward. Oh, crap. All right. The clock is moving forward. And you run into... You know what? Both of these scenarios work perfect sense. You're by the doorway trying to figure out how you're going to breach the doorway and do it in a smart way, but it's locked again. It's as if somebody re-screwed that padlock and the bar back onto the doors.
I gotcha. All right, so...
Which is unusual and supernatural.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling the same frustration this way, like where I'm like, I've kind of had enough of this. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna pick up a rock and just start banging it like into the freaking door, just like trying to break the hinges or break anything, just like gah, gah.
All right.
You do that. I would like to find the board we used earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be more rational, I'll be irrational. Just
give me a breath check, Al. Breath check, and give me a calm check, AJ.
No. I probably should have been less rational.
Contract means up by 1. What's your AJ? Did you succeed your comm check?
Nope.
All right, your anxiety went up by 1. Is it now 3?
Yeah, it is now 3.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. And Al, what is your breath check?
6.
Okay, so you succeed. You're getting the rock. You're bashing on it. While you're bashing on the lock of the door, and you I have to paste the narrative here. Yuki, you are looking for the board again. It seems missing or misplaced, but something mystical reattached that door, so it's not too weird. As you're looking around, you find some of the stuff that fell out of Sakura's bag before: the moldy books, the piles of crap, and the jar full of keys. And you're like, that's awesome. Jar full of keys. Maybe this will help if I can't find the board. As you go to pick up the jar full of keys and you lift it up and you're like about to present it as a win to Sakura, standing before you is the white woman with the black hair and scissor fingers. And she stares directly at you, and in your head, she says, "You're just going to get added to my collection." And she pushes her scissor finger into your forearm.
Ow. Oof.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
All right. You do have the keys. If you're willing to accept that as a consolation prize for not finding the board. Basically, I have challenges here, and one of them is Sinful Awakening, and I'm like, I don't know how to tie a board into Al's backstory. So the keys, there you go.
Okay.
Good enough?
Yep.
All right. So you've got the keys, you've got scissors in your forearm, and Al, you are prying open the door right now, and you have succeeded as well. I just realized something about this game. It hasn't come up a lot, but if you're both attempted to get the same success, the same action effectively, open the doors, it doesn't work out well because you get your action no matter what. It's
That's true, actually. But I mean, it could. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, we haven't we haven't run into that problem too often. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say that you've got the jar of keys in your hands or whatever, but you also see the board lying on the ground. If you need the board for something, like maybe to club away the scissor woman. All right. So doors open.
I look down. Do I see anything?
Let's roll twice. Yes. It feels even colder than it was before out here. The rancid smell of rats, burning rat hair is coming from the root cellar. You could hear the screams of Hikari as she's being kind of drug out by Megumi. Tired. And at the same time, what else did I roll? And you also notice that Yuki has been injured by the scissor woman.
Oh, shit.
It's all happening at once. Megumi, what are you doing?
I'm going to stab it. I'm sorry, not Megumi.
Megumi, what are you doing?
Megumi. Never mind. Forget what I said.
You see the scissor, the woman?
Bro, right now you just want to get out of the burning root cellar.
Okay, so I grab Hikari behind me and I start pulling her out as we run up those stairs.
Make a haste check.
Three.
All right, what did I roll? All right, you're trying to drag her out of the... somehow you lost a grip on her while you were going up the stairs, and as you're going up, in your haste, you notice that Yuki is also being attacked. So Yuki's about to be drug away, probably not into the burning root cellar, by the scissor woman. But you've also lost Hikari, who was like in your hand a minute ago. You could grab her and pull her up, or you could rush out to help Yuki. What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm right there too, so...
It's true. You could try to split this up and see what happens.
I'm gonna go back and grab Hikari. Hikari is the person we've been looking for this whole time.
And you're pissed at me.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled.
Is there a moment where you look at each other's eyes and you kind of know that she knows, and then she knows that you know? I think so.
I think so.
All right. Awesome.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is a so that's what you succeed in doing. You pull Hikari out, and the challenge was the need for help from a friend, which you ignored. Yeah,
Oh,
you did. Well, you had to pick a friend, and now I guess Hikari is your friend and not Yuki. Interesting. Which leaves us with Sakura. Sakura, you are. What do you want to accomplish?
I have a knife in my backpack. I'm gonna stab it. That's what I'm down to at this point. I mean, it's just I'm gonna grab it and just try and stab whatever this creature is as hard as I can, as blindly as I can, because I don't know how to stab things. But
Good.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
try anyway.
This is gonna be a I guess that's a breath check.
Yeah. Oh, 4. All right. I'm so close, but
I don't know how to
right,
narrate
but
this one at all.
Well, it's the first peek I've taken, though, so that's good. So obvious I'm tired because I'm frantically stabbing this thing.
Have you ever tried to pierce an object with a Swiss Army knife?
Well, it's not a Swiss Army knife; it's just a knife. I'm
It's
assuming
probably
it's
a Swiss Army knife, but that's okay.
You're not bringing a hunting knife to school with you.
like
Well, maybe that's
it
why she
says
got kicked out.
knife.
Hey, guys, let's
No,
concentrate. This is the last scene. Let's not go off on a tangent. That doesn't quite make sense. So, okay, cool. We'll do that. So you take out your knife. You're about to engage with Scissor Woman, and from the root cellar, burning but now freed from its shackles, is
Jesus.
the malformed giant. So you now have two groups of friends who need help. You're gonna either help Meguma and Hikari, or you're gonna help Yuki. Who are you gonna attack?
I don't see a reason not to help Yuki. I mean, there's 2 people on problem A. There can be 2
No. You could only you could leap in to help one of 2 groups, one or 2 situations.
Yeah,
that's all you've got.
Yeah, no. There's 2 people on problem A.
You're not listening now. Pay attention.
Yeah. Yes.
Monsters about to kill. Group A behind their backs, looming out like Jaws at the end of the movie.
Okay.
Or Scissor Woman's about to fly off or do something with Yuki. It's one of the.
All right. Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but oh god, there's an unfortunate law of numbers here, where there's 2 people that need to be saved as opposed to 1. So it's like.
Oh my god!
I gotta go for the 2. I mean, I'm sorry.
We call
god!
We call that rootless calculus.
I'm not lying. That's horrible of me, but I'm gonna do it.
All right, so you stab the malformed giant as it's coming out with the knife, and it whimpers back into the flames and burns itself to death. I believe that gives everyone an action in this kind of scenario, except for Yuki didn't get anything yet, right? Yuki, her action was get the board. That was the last thing you tried to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yuki, what do you want to do? The giant has been stabbed by Sakura. Megumi has got Hikari out of the root cellar. There's fire, everything. There's also a Scissor Woman with scissors in your arm. What do you want to do?
I want to hit the Scissor Woman with the board.
All right, good for you. Go, breath.
Oh no! Why don't you hit her with the thing of keys?
No, she was going for the board to begin with.
That's a 6.
All right. Again, this is...
I know. I like putting the camera on the number.
Sinful Awaken...
I discard the keys and hit her with the board.
Okay. All right, this is going to be interesting. So you are effectively abandoned by your friends, and then you've got this like horror movie cliche jar full of keys, and you're like, screw this, board to the face. And you strike her with the board. I can't figure out a way to tie this into the... I have two things that come up. One is... You know what? I know what I'm going to do. All right, so you hit her with the board, and the scissor woman reels back for a minute, and like her fingers claw out your arm, and they make these deep cut marks across your wrist. Mm-hmm. And she like looks back and sees the malformed giant falling into the root cellar, and sees all of you moving around. Looks at all of you, and then like walks backwards on her backwards feet, leaps up to the top of the building, and then scuttles away immediately.
It ran away?
It ran away. And the fire is baking the giant alive.
Guess.
One?
At this point, I would think that you were probably looking for the shelter of the mansion, correct?
Yeah, that's definitely where I'm going.
Let's total things up. The clock finished. Was no girl captured? No. Were all the zones visited? No, you didn't enter the chapel.
We didn't hit the chapel, no.
If they always showed love and compassion.
No.
Not really. I mean, no, we showed love and compassion for Hikari, but...
I'm going to give you one for that because I think within the characters you've created, you did support each other. Even when you didn't support each other, it was because you supported a different character towards the end. Each dead disabled stalker +1. Did you all face your sinful secret? I think Yuki had to face it in a way.
Yep.
And definitely Megumi did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I specifically put in a scenario where I did, yeah.
I don't think Sakura did.
No, not really. It came up a little bit, but she never
I don't even remember yours.
She was in a broken family, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah. There was mentioned in the... But...
Yeah. I feel like our secrets should have more relevancy to each other.
I don't know about that.
Did you uncover any clues? I think so. Yeah, that's how you found where she was. Yuki definitely had one. Did Sakura find any clues?
Yeah, I found the cellar, didn't I?
Okay. And, the camera. Okay. So that's 3. Did you discover what happened there? Not really. But if Hikari is alive and well, +1. Oh, if they all face their sinful secrets. So you don't even get that one.
No.
No girl was captured. You don't get that one. Oh, crap. No girls were captured. No. Zones were all visited. I'll give you always showed love and compassion. Disabled stalkers. At least one clue. And Hikari is alive. So that, according to my number, is...
No points. No.
Is...
That's 5, right?
Okay, it's 6.
Oh, okay.
So you get the fair destiny. You have escaped, but there's still an evil in that place, which makes sense because I'm not quite sure that second stalker was ever killed. The scissor woman did not seem like she was defeated.
Right.
Just circumvented. So basically, the next day you all find that you make it through the night and you discover a little truths about yourself and about how you can rely on these friends. You are discovered that you've been bloodied and beaten, and the official report is that you fought with each other over the night. And the school basically terminated your scholarships there or whatever, your tuition there or whatever.
Damn, that's 2 schools.
Yeah. So you're all kicked out and you have to go back to your homes. Sakura, you are stuck in your bad home life, which you never faced. And in fact, I think you become like your parents because you've kind of just embraced the fact that you need everything you need at that moment. And it's all important to you, you know? Yuki, I feel like you have become the villain of the group. Not because you're a bad person necessarily, but because it was clear that like you were the innocent one that needed to be protected, but you threw everyone under the bus. And no one is guilt-free in this, but you have a certain burden on yourself now too. And I think Megumi, who learned that she can't get away with being nothing for the rest of her life, has become a survivalist and is just going to become like the best at whatever she could do to survive. And I think you've probably pushed people. I think you're less concerned with what people think of you because the people you consider friends are the ones who are stabbing you in the back.
True that. Evil, evil friends.
So what did you guys think?
That was fun. I really enjoyed that game.
I did enjoy that. That was good.
It worked pretty well. I mean, the rules, again, they're a little clumsy to get into, but I think they pretty much help build the story that we're telling. This is a bunch of schoolgirls. I did not expect, for example, that choice you had to make, that hard choice of, do I save my actual friend or I save the person I was bullying and was bullied by because she was probably, at fault. Yuki was, you kind of have a lot of blame on her. I think it worked out really well. I also think the imagery was there was a lot of creepiness in there that not all of it was just us. Mm-hmm. The fact that this game is about bullying and the major villain in it had scissors for hands and there were cuts on everybody's arms and there were old cuts as if the bullying had built. This is just it was a creepy game.
Yeah. I like it.
So you're interested in doing this again? Should we do game night one more time?
One more time.
Yeah.
One more time. That's it.
One more. Only once. Only one more.
I'm curious what this game would be like playing with us again as the same group or with a different group of people. I'm wondering if
I'd be interested in playing with like a couple more people, a group that's also still familiar with the genre. People who are into the tropes. I think that'd be fun.
I think we fell into them pretty well, even if we weren't super familiar with them. I will say that always the most difficult thing to do is playing a character who's quiet. So that's why Yuki got not a lot of screen time, but it happens.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very good. All right, I guess subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching this video because we have no idea if we're actually going to post it. So take that. We don't know.
Yep.
Non-productive. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Catch you later.
So great seeing y'all.